Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B. Avery here for another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If this is your first time finding me and you like this video, please give me the thumbs up because it helps out a lot. And you can get more movie reviews from myself, TV recaps, me talking about entertainment news, jumping on, doing a live, and just all types of stuff. So hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And guys, we are here. Yes, we are here for the season finale of Power Book 2 Ghost, episode 10, titled The Heart of Darkness. You know, I always say if I had to give an episode my own title, I would just probably give this one, oh my goodness gracious, what in the world just happened? Okay, I mean, you might find that a little bit corny, but that's how I'm feeling right now. It was another fire episode. I really liked it. Overall, it was a great episode. It did give us a nice conclusion to this season, and I'm happy with pretty much the way everything turned out except for one small aspect or big aspect. You probably already know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to save that to the end of the episode. So just let you know, this recap that I'm doing right now is going to be spoiler filled, okay? I'm going to spoil this thing as if you've already seen it, up, down, left, right, in, and out, okay? So if you don't want to be spoiled, if you have not seen the season finale of Power Book 2 Ghost episode 10 in season 1, I strongly suggest you subscribe to my channel, put this video in your watch later list, go back, watch the episode, and then come here and watch all of this spoilery goodness. You have been warned. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. You know, I love the way things started off. You know, with Monet, I have crapped on her character pretty much all season, talking about her acting, and she's always, what the F is going on, and stuff like that. But at the same time, I mean, it was just the acting for Mary J. Blige, but I still liked her character, and I'm warming up to her. And we get this episode right here starting off with her going to go kill Rico, who looks completely different. You know, last time he was in all black at nighttime, dark outside, suburban, shooting up the place. But now I don't know what he was eating, some type of seafood or something. It looked delicious. You know, he had his velour suit on. She coming up in there trying to post up, but it was like, you know, hey, no, we got to check you, yada, yada, yada. And it's just kind of interesting. It's like, I mean, hey, this is the lifestyle that they live. Okay, hey, business is business. What did he say? Rico say, I didn't mean to pop up like that, but something. And, you know, they tricked me because Monet really looked scared. They were really doing a great job of showing how dangerous Rico was, you know, because he shot up the place the previous episode, and then here he's just completely unapologetic about it, just like, hey, it is what it is, you know. I'm finna go get in some poontang, you know, because I know you're not finna give me none. I mean, this dude thought he was on top of the world, but no, they pulled a fast one on us, and Monet pulled that gun out of nowhere. I don't know where she pulled it out because, you know, the camera angles, but she shot him a good 3 or 4 times. Now, he was surprised, like, oh, shit, what did I just get into? You know, he probably thinking, like, to his bodyguard, you're fired, you know, and I'm dead, you know. But his bodyguard ended up being dead as well. And so I didn't expect that. But, you know, I completely understand where Monet is coming from. You know, when it comes to characters in the show killing people, I mean, hey, I guess that comes with the lifestyle. But I want each death to have a purpose, to have a point, not just to be because you're trigger happy, emotional, or something like that, you know. Did you think about, you know, the repercussions of this? Now, later on, we find out that Lorenzo Tejada, her husband that's in jail, he is very upset about this decision right here, just saying, you need to think. And Monet is just kind of like, well, I wouldn't be in this position if you weren't locked up. You don't supposed to hold me down, yada, yada. And I understand both sides of that argument. I mean, you can be right. 2 people can be right. You know, in the situation, you know, they could always want the same goal, but feel that, you know, just 2 different ways of going about it, and still both can be right. I mean, they was kind of just, it was a lot of bouncing back and forth, like, you know, oh, the ball is in your court, oh, it's back in your court, especially the exchange between Tasha and Monet. But, you know, we'll get to that in just a little bit. But starting off, it was a great scene, and next we have Cane dumping the body of Ramirez. We see that Monet is calling him because, you know, when D came and picked her up, she was like, you know, we'll be, you know, D was like, hey, this is going to work. And it's like, yeah, we'll be all right if Ramirez answers the dang phone. But he can't because he's dead, wrapped up in plastic chains and cinder blocks. And Cane is taking his phone and sees that it's Monet and throws the battery. And I can't tell if he kept the SIM card or he threw that, then threw the phone in there and also took the badge. And that Cane is just a dummy, dumbass, dodo bird. He is an idiot. So unfortunately, we don't know if this is going to fall through or not. Monet killing Rico. But we're going to have to see, and I can't wait. Now, next we have, the ongoing joke of Tariq running, throughout this whole season everywhere. I like the suit and tie that he had on, but he's trying to go to class, but it's canceled, and then he's meeting Lauren, and, Lauren, she's looking all cute with the extra glossy lips and all that. She really is into Tariq, and Tariq is just steady giving these women these stiff arms, unfortunately, because they checking for him, and they're genuine. I want the young dude to be happy, but he has just so much going on. But he ends up going to court. She tries to go, but then this is where we see Everett coming in to try to do the interview with Carrie and with Professor Milgram and Jabari. I don't know why he had loose lips, and it's not like they were only prying, and it wasn't even them. It was only Jabari prying based off the information that you're giving. So I just found it completely unnecessary for him just to be blabbing at the mouth like that. When I was watching the scene, I was like, please, Everett, shut your dang mouth, And Carrie's smart, because Monet checked her last time. And she knows that, okay, hey, if this gets out, if too many people get involved, I'm going to end up getting my head knocked off. And she's not trying to play that. So she's like, oh, you were drunk and you don't remember Everett. And, I was like, okay, yeah, Carrie's smart. I like that. We also got a cue of that later on in the episode when she was talking to Zeke, but I'll come up to that later. But, Carrie, and it's interesting that they canceled class. I guess we only saw them interview one student. It was like, hey, let's take a break, and it's like, okay, I don't know. You may consider that nitpicking, but I was like, oh, that's kind of weird writing right there. But maybe I'm looking at it wrong. But they decide not to involve Laz Alonso character, Detective Santana. I forgot his exact name in the show, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Laz, who he showed up the last episode or the episode before that. So right after that is where we have Zeke is waiting on Professor Carrie Milgram at the office, and he's like, hey, I got some more questions. He's like, can I talk to you alone? And he like pulls her arm and he goes in there and he's like nervous. And Jabari punk ass just looking all jealous, just like, man, it's just still crazy to me that, at the age that he is in the show, how he is acting as a man, competing with these college students, with these babies. It's hilarious, but pathetic all at the same time. And I feel like, the cat's out the bag now. This is spoilers that, they created a character in Jabari that we did not like. Maybe liked it first so we can get attached to him, but we stopped not liking, so we'll be able to cope with what happened towards the end of this episode. But anyway, back to this. Zeke is in there like, oh man, you told the cops, they doing this, they doing that. She telling him to calm down and he freaking out. And I like Zeke. A lot of people are ragging on Zeke right now online, just talking about his acting and this and that. But I don't know. That's fine. And, everything's subjective. You don't have to like it. I happen to like his character. I didn't like him at the very beginning of the season, but I like him now because they're kind of just showing how vulnerable he is. I like the fact that they wanted a character to be connected to the family but not know what's going on. It's just making for interesting story points for me, because he knows that the Tejadas are, into something, but he doesn't know at the same time. So he's just towing the line. And it's just the fact that it sucks for him because he is 100% innocent. He didn't do anything wrong. I necessarily don't agree with all of his decisions at the beginning of the season, him just not wanting to do the homework himself, but giving with his family and him just trying to stay distant. I respect that. And I like it. And I don't know. I'm not saying that this is an Oscar-worthy performance from him. But I like his character. I like how things are coming into play, and how he's handling things. It's just, pretty interesting to me. And it's also funny, Jabari is in his office right now getting jealous, looking up, doing research. Then he just finds the picture of the Tejada family and Tariq in the newspaper, in the article. Just like, oh, that's just so convenient. I don't know. I kind of laugh right there. But the next scene right here is just actually one of my favorites, where we have Drew in the hospital, and Cane goes in there and, tries to, be a better brother. And Drew's not having it. He's like, this is all your fault and you are just messing up, push two and two. And Cane is just so dumb. Like, he wasn't talking in past tense and we don't got to worry about him no more. And Drew's like, oh man, where's Ramirez? And he's just like, you're an idiot, man. You're an idiot. And I don't blame Drew because he's just like, look, wait, first of all, you were saying that if I'm not with you, I'm against you. But now you're in here and it's like, I know what I said, but you're my brother. Now I respect that, but Cane is still an idiot, man. You first of all, you kill Ramirez and then you go just blabbing off at the mouth. And like I said, man, Drew's not having it. And I was like, yeah, Drew, I like you, man. You came through and saved Zeke's, your cousin's, I'm finna say your cousin's uncle, your cousin's knee from being blown off by a little guap and the little GTG boys. You standing up to Cane a few times, this is, I don't know. You went to the crib, you went to the club, and now you're in the hospital, cool dude, man. I wasn't feeling you with the leopard animal cheetah print that one episode. Just like, okay, I don't know. It just looked whack to me, but you coming through right now, not Zeke, but Drew, and that's what's up, my brother. That's what's up. It's just also interesting the cliffhanger, that they left us on at the end of last episode where I just realized Paula wasn't in this episode, neither was 2-Bit. I don't know why I had to throw it in there, but I just realized that. But they left us on the cliffhanger with Tariq hiring Tamika, for counsel or help, because they got the subpoena. He has to show up in court. And I'm just thinking that's going to be a big deal and going to be majority of the episode, but it was not. They had the little thing in court and Tariq outsmarted everybody and just called Sax out, just saying, hey, you was at the club, you had a gun, official capacity in my ass, blah, blah, blah. And it blew up in Sax's face. And Davis McLean, Method Man, And so I thought that was hilarious. What's her name? Riley was in there. She was peeping game as well. Because when he was about to say something, Tariq, the camera got put on Tasha's face and she did like this, but then it went to Tamika and I think she gave like a little nod or something like that. That's when, Tariq laid the bomb on him and, was able to trick everybody and kind of get out of there. Judge wasn't having it. She was like, oh, let's go to my chambers. And that was interesting. I did not know that she had more pull than Ott. He came in there just boss hogging everything, just like, hey, take a break. You want to get transferred? I'm like, oh, snap. And the cat is really out the bag. The whole kit and caboodle, like, man, like, it's just funny how much Ott is taking from Sax and his mess ups. And he was like, oh, and McDavis, you are one unethical piece of shit, or SOB. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I was laughing. Y'all are working together. And, he told I think the court reporter to get out of there prior to that. And, Tamika was in there as well. They were just pulling weight, But they go out there and they try to get Tasha to do a deal. And everybody convinces her to basically rat out Tommy. But I like the fact that, she wasn't going to rat him out. But Tommy got there quick because she's finally out. That punk-ass guard is walking her out, and I didn't like none of that. I just kind of wanted her to get her ass whooped, too. Davis out there with the press, Tasha got the red dress on. And I mean, even though I don't like Tasha, I don't like her overall. She tried to frame that innocent dude at the end of last show. She killed Keisha, I don't, but I still like some of the stuff that she does. She wasn't, going to read that paper. She said what she had to say and she was like, hey, Tariq, we got to get out of here. And, this is, she's afraid of Tommy, right? But Tariq, rightfully so, was just like, hey, I just can't get out the game like that. I done have set up this whole little situation with Monet and she's expecting this and that. And you want me to run? We're going to be looking over our shoulder, the rest of our lives. That's true. So what does Tasha do? She goes and hollers at Monet. And I love this scene right here because earlier in this recap, I was talking about the exchange between Monet and Tasha. And Monet does respect Tasha, hands down. I don't know if I want to go as far as saying that Tasha respects Monet. She could. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section. I would appreciate your opinion. But, Monet does respect Tasha because they both in the game. They've both have husbands and or had that, kind of lied to them and fucked them over in so many different ways. They both have kids. Like I said, they're both in the game and, just kind of get twisted around the wrong way sometime, So they can relate basically in just a lot of ways. It's not like, because it's like Monet, she cares to a degree because, she has a heart for her kids. So she understands from a mother, but I don't think any other mother could just come in there, please, my baby, She was in there like, look, do you want to end up like me? Kind of how she was talking to Paula last time, I'm not asking you. I'm not asking your husband. I'm asking you. You made your son this way. Well, did you mean to make Cane that way when he went behind your back and tried to go kill Tariq? And Monet couldn't say shit. She kept saying stuff, but it was a nice little back and forth, like, ping pong tennis or whatever. I was like, oh, okay. Got you there. Oh, but Monet came back. Oh, but Tasha coming with a 2-piece. Okay, Monet dodged one, but another one grazed her. But then she, I was like, I like this. It was a very nice, organic, realistic exchange between two characters with similarities. And I don't know, I just really bought into it, I thought it was a great scene. I was really, really feeling it, So that scene right there spoke to me in this episode, the one with Cane and Drew when they're in the hospital. And I'm just naming my favorite scenes right now. But, this is where Tommy comes and just starts shooting up the place. He kills her goon out there, unfortunately. What is it? Monet grabs her gun and, she's trying to figure out what's going on. She doesn't know, but when Tasha goes over there, she recognizes that was Tommy's car. Now, initially, I was like, what was that look for? And I had to take it back, and I was watching with my friend and she was like, that's Tommy's car. And I was like, you know what? You're right. That is Tommy's car. I guess Tommy is back. And of course, he doesn't pop up right there. He comes back, later on. But I'm just like, man, what's going to go on right here? Well, the thing that goes on is Tasha ends up going to the college to get Tariq. Like, Tariq, and they're going back and forth. At first, I was really getting frustrated with Tariq. I'm just like, okay, what are you doing, man? Like, just listen to your mom. She just almost got her head blown off. But he's not listening and like, let me just do this my way. And she was like, something like, you're not a killer. And he was like, no, I am a killer. And she was just like really taken aback by that. Just like, wow, I guess my son is a killer now. But I was just like, I don't know. I wasn't really buying that or something. I don't know where y'all, it just kind of seemed like out of place and kind of weird to me, but he decides that he's going to handle things his own way. Now, I think I skipped the scene prior to that. We have Riley stalking Braden. I'm just playing. But Riley going up to Braden and just saying, hey, look, I'm sorry what happened. I made a mistake, and Braden rightfully so. And I like Braden, I do. I really don't want Braden to die. I really don't. I really do not want Braden to die. If Riley dies, that's fine. If Sax dies, that's fine. But I don't want Braden to die. But, Braden doesn't trust her. He don't know who to believe because everybody's lying to him. Everybody is lying to him, I don't know why he's still so obsessed with selling drugs, but, they kind of talk about that later. But Riley's just like, look, man, you got to stay away from Tariq. He's not who you think he is. He's involved with this. He's not being honest with you about his family and what happened to his dad. It doesn't effing matter. Why does Tariq have to come out to Braden and admit all of his family business? Nobody does that. Why is Tariq expected to? That was dumb. I'm like, why does it's nobody's business. I don't have to go and tell everybody my family business, and you don't have to go and tell everybody else your family business. It's your family business. It should stay in the family. I was just sitting there watching like, what are you talking about? Get out of here, Riley. But she was like, hey, I really do love you. And he was like, hey, I'm like, guess you messed that up too, or effed that up. And I was like, yeah, kick it to the curb. She ain't no good. But I didn't realize I done skipped a whole bunch of scenes. So then we got, not Jabari, but Zeke coming into the dorm to see Tariq or whatever. He like, man, what you got that on? And he basically just, putting each other on game, explaining the situation and who knows what and what knows who and when this happened and all this stuff. And Zeke, I don't know. I just really like Zeke's character right now. He don't know what to do. And he's trying to, play both sides and be selfless. Like, hey, man, this is what's going on over here, okay? And so I know this. Do you know this? This is what's happening over here. I told you to stay away from my auntie. You should have listened to me. And he was right. But Tariq didn't want to listen. But now we have Tariq and Deanna popping up, and I don't know. I was really feeling Deanna in this episode too. I don't know. I think it was the acting. She was like, man, F. I don't know why. I just kind of really felt her when she was emoting at the table, like, oh, why does Cane messing this up and doing this and doing that? She was like, do I gotta, spell it out for you? And Tariq is like F2, and he was like, I got you, and holding her on the hand or whatever. And I'm just like, oh, that's sweet. And she really was like, did you see her face? As soon as he touched her hand and he's like, I got you. She was like, oh yes, baby. You know, I mean, she didn't say that, of course, but that's the look that she had on her face. She was very surprised, and I was like, that's what's up. You know, maybe I don't know. This watching them in this scene together now here, I was just saying to myself, okay, these two really do need to be together. If he's going to be, I'm out of Effie, Lauren, and Deanna. I felt the most chemistry between this interaction between, you know, the chemistry that he had with everybody else, you know. I mean, I'm pretty sure that him and Lauren would have a ton of fun together, but they're just too different, you know. Deanna, she, you know, they're cut from the same cloth. They come from the same, you know, pretty much background family and all that good stuff. So next we have Tariq and Braden. And Braden is just, this is where he's just so obsessed with selling the drugs, just saying how he wants to keep doing this. And, you know, and it was just like, you know, letting him know what Riley said and all that, you know. And I don't know. The only thing I'm just not, I mean, I like Braden, but again, I'm just like, okay, why are you just so obsessed with, you know, trying to do this? You don't need to. You have all that you need, you know, but whatever. He's just like, hey, I'm good at this. You know, I enjoy it. And I don't know. He just wants to feel cool, I guess, but whatever. But right before that is where Jabari ended up texting Tariq to say, hey, come see me during office hours. So he goes in there and he just spills the beans. Just like, hey, I know that you sell drugs. I know about this. I know about that. I'm just like, bro, like, this is dumb. And then I was like, okay, are you just playing stupid saying it because you're just trying to turn this into a book deal? But no, I don't think that's the case from a conversation that they had later on. But he writes his number down, and I think somebody came in there. I think Laz came in there, the Santana cop, but Tariq ended up leaving. But Jabari is stupid. Just like, bro, you're obviously, we know you're getting in way too deep, and it's gonna cost you, or it did cost you. If, you know, of course, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen it, but I'm just like, Jabari, man, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? But next, that's when we have Lorenzo and Monet when they were having their exchange going back and forth. But, you know, Lorenzo, he was just saying, hey, go and get Cane, you know, and she didn't want to, but she was like, he's a solution. So Cane and her, he's smashing a girl that he been shacking up with or whatever, and seems like he's doing a pretty decent job. And Monet comes in there talking about get the F out, and that's just so awkward for your mom to walk in, you know, while you smash her like that. But that's just, I mean, it would have been kind of also funny to see her, how she came into the apartment or the house or wherever they were, you know, what all those other dudes had in the other room. It was also, they were like, hey, when she opened the door, you know, I don't know, that's funny. But I really thought that Cane, that she was going to put Cane down right here, because she was like, the last episode was like, if you don't fall back, you know, I'm going to do it myself, put you down myself, you know. But then he put down Ramirez. So I kind of thought that would be the, you know, the straw that broke the camel's back. But she just pointed the gun at him and just said, you know, you're dumb. You don't make the right decisions. I can't trust you. You know, he's still crying over Tariq talking about, but Tariq, and it's just like everybody, Drew said the same thing, like, bro, this is far beyond Tariq right now. You're just not thinking, you know, like, you killed Ramirez. Like, for what? They don't have nothing to do with Tariq. You're just an emotional boy, you know, and it's crazy. You know, so Drew gave him that point in the hospital. Monet is doing it right now. You know, he done got slapped in his face by Deanna, you know, and, you know, Monet's just not having it. And, you know, that's when she kind of just leaves out of there, you know. But the next scene right here, guys, is where, you know, he's back, you know, he's back. You know, what is his name? Tariq goes up to the car. We see Tommy's blue Mustang. Tommy comes out after visiting Cash, who, you know, is the son of Keisha, you know, unfortunately that Tasha murdered, and he has this nice little intro superhero standing right there. I'm Tommy and I'm back. No. But it was cool though, you know, and he was like, hey, I promised Ghost that I would never kill you, but get your bony ass off my car before I will whoop your ass right now. And I was laughing, and it's just funny how I like the amount of respect that Tariq has for Tommy. He's like, hey man, because I don't care. If somebody's trying to kill my mom, I'm going to kill them. I'm going to protect my mom. You know, it is what it is. Like, nobody's going to come after my mom. I think most people are, you know, have that attitude about their mother. Most people. You know, but Tariq is just like, he knows that. It's like, hey, man, I know you're coming after your mom, man, but please, no, she's all I got or whatever. Bam, here comes Tommy hitting him with a point. Well, whose fault is that? You know, just like, you know, dumbass, you're the one that, you know, got your sister killed, in my opinion. I could be wrong. You're the one that killed your own daddy. This is your fault, you know? And And he was just like, look, man, look, your mom was talking about ratting on me, knowing that I didn't do it. And plus she killed the mother of this boy I'm visiting right now, Cash. She killed Keisha. You know, like, no. That's crazy. You're gonna rat on me and you kill the woman of the woman I love, the love of my life? No. Tommy is 100% justified in wanting to kill Tasha. He just is. You know, he is. I don't blame you. You know what I'm saying? If I met Tommy on the street, I'd be like, hey man, you know, murder is wrong, but I understand where you're coming from. You shouldn't murder people, but you shouldn't kill people. You know, unless it's self-defense, but you know, protection, defense. But you know, hey man, I'm no judgment over here from B. Avery. You know, and this is where they cut a deal where Tariq is just like, okay, look, just let me tell you the plan where we can work something out to where everybody wins. He was like, you got 2 minutes, kid. Go for broke. Go for broke. And I guess he went for broke. And so they just plan on basically faking Tommy's death. And they do that. And I like the way they did it. Little camera tricks here and there. I wish we could see it. You know, maybe when we get the Tommy show, they can show us this scene as well, but just from a different perspective. You know, because I just want to see the production of, you know, them crashing the car, sneaking a fake body in there while Tommy runs away. You know, I just kind of want to see how they did it. So I would appreciate it if we did get to see that at some point in time, you know, in the other spinoff shows. Oh, but I also got to say, it was just dope when he was just like, look, I want all the smoke. I don't give a damn. I want all the smoke, you know, and, you know, he has a valid reason just for hating, you know, the Ghost's family, the St. Patrick's, you know, Ghost made him kill his own father off of a lie. Then the wife killed the love of his life. You know, and then you have this thing right here going on with Tariq. You know, it's just like, it's unfortunate how that relationship ended, but sometimes things just don't last forever, you know. Now, it's also funny, they gave Sax a sex scene. They gave this dude a good at the end, nice sex scene. Looks like he was doing a pretty good job. You know, I don't know. She seemed happy. He seemed like he was having some fun. I don't know why he didn't finish. You know, that's always funny to me when they don't. Like, I gotta go right now. This text message from this other man. Like, bro, you can give me another, however long it takes, you know, for hopefully both of them to get theirs. But I don't know. I mean, I really would have liked that scene better is if, like, he was like, okay, you know, like, he's like, oh, I gotta go. And she was like, she kind of gave him some look like, well, if you do this, I'll do this. I'm being silly, but I don't know, just gave him some type of sexy look or gesture. And he was like, and just got in there and they started going at it again, smashing again. And then like the camera, like, you know, he looked at the phone like, F it, you know, we got 5 more minutes. We got 10 more minutes. And they keep smashing. And then like the camera pans up or something like that while they're making noise and she's giggling. You know, they're just having fun. But the fact that they didn't finish is just like, I don't know. It just really annoyed me. You know, like I just don't see that happening, you know, unless somebody is literally in danger. Like I'm about to die, you know, you just, anyway, I don't know. But that's, I just wish they would finish, but yeah. But guys, here we are right here. The Heart of Darkness, oh my gosh, what the world is going on. I can't remember the title I gave this episode at the beginning, but we have the exchange with Tariq going to go meet Jabari. Oh, because I missed a whole other scene. So prior to that, well, no, I didn't. Excuse me, no, I didn't miss the scene. When Jabari confronted Tariq, he made him a book deal. I forgot to say that. I'm like, hey, I can make sure, you know, they got Drew's name, they got Zeke's name, they're gonna get your name. I can make sure that nobody knows that you're involved. Let me just write a book about you, because he's trying to sell books, of course. Yeah, I get the story. Now, when they meet right here, I did not see this coming. I just didn't. You know, and it's funny because I watched this a second time, and I really was really paying attention because as soon as Tariq got the money, he was trying to leave. He was trying to leave and get out of there, man, and just end this transaction. But Jabari's dumbass like, wait, Tariq, I want to talk. I want to know more about this underground world of selling drugs and money and women and all this stuff. Of course, he didn't say all that. I'm just adding it in here for just my silly dramatic effect. But I want to know more, Tariq. I have a question. He's like, bro, can we do this at another time? Like, for real. Like, I gotta go. But come on, Tariq. I just have this one question. Who killed the body? Like, it's just like, again, when you're involved in anything, you have to just be realistic, okay? If I ask this person this question, what is a realistic answer that I could get? Did he expect Tariq to be like, you know what? It was the GTG boys, you know, he stays over here off Crenshaw, blah, 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 blah. What was you expecting him to do? You know, it didn't make any sense to me. But it's like they were just setting him up to die, man. And then like Cane, dumbass, just coming out of nowhere shooting him. And, you know, I was just like, man, how is it going to play out? How is it going to play out? And I was like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Tariq is going to stop Cane, you know, talk him out of shooting him and get him to leave and then fake his death. That's what it's going to do. Okay. He's going to, you know, Jabari is not going to die. Or if he does die, it's going to be because of Cane. So Cane is either going to kill Jabari or Tariq is going to talk him out of it and then fake the death or something like that, shoot in the air, you know, something like that. Guys, that did not happen. Okay. Oh, man. Tariq ended up killing him. And I know they tried to write in a reason for doing this. Like, why? Why did you have to get yourself involved? They set him up talking about, look, first of all, they gave us a character that we wasn't liking him on. He was a weak bitch. Okay. We wasn't feeling him there. You know, they tried to write him in a couple of times in episodes where he keeps putting his nose in other people's business. And he got us there. And then at the last second right here, when Tariq is trying to leave, you know, hey, I have another question. Let's talk. I want to know this. I want to know that. And they gave Tariq some lines to try to justify guys, but I'm really sad about this. I'm really disappointed that Tariq was the one that ended up killing Jabari. Now, I did not like Jabari. I did not like him. I thought he's a weak-ass individual. And I think I said in one of my last recaps that I didn't want him to die, but I wouldn't trip if he died. But I definitely did not want Tariq to be able to do it. That's the last person I wanted to make Jabari die. And like I was trying to say, I keep sidetracking myself. It's like they was giving Tariq them lines dollar. Like, why did you have to do this? You brought this on yourself. Why did you have to follow me to the hotel? Why did you have to? Because, you know, Tariq, of course, put it together. He's not going to admit it when he confronted him. Why did you have to follow me to the hotel? Why did you have to ask me those questions? Why did you have to do this? Why did you have to do that? Please, Tariq, call 911. I can't do that now, bro, because your dumb ass wouldn't let me leave. You know, it's too late. Please, you're not a killer. You're just, you know, a good kid in the bad spot. I am the bad spot. And I'm just sitting here and they had the music playing too. I'm just sitting here just like, don't do it. Don't do it. And then they got the camera zoomed up at Tariq and he just looking all like, and Jabari looking like, I'm over there like, you know, like, man, like, and then he did it. I'm just like, no, I think I did that, you know, like, no. But yeah, he killed him, and I had to press pause, and I was just like, no, gosh dog it. I hated Tariq's character in the last show, and then this season right here, man, he was winning to me. You know, they turned it around, but it's just like now I'm just disappointed. Let me talking to the mic so y'all can hear me. I'm just disappointed that Tariq killed him. I really did not want that to happen. I'm really bothered by this, you know. I'm really annoyed. Okay. I'm just like, damn. You know, Tariq, yeah, I don't know. I mean, but Jabari did bring it on himself. He did. You know, he did bring it on himself. And if you know, if you already know that there's murders going on campus, hence the pool, and you suspect that Tariq is in the middle of it because you're confronting him on multiple occasions, wanting to write a book about it because you know it will sell. You know what the lifestyle entails. So Jabari did bring it on himself. I just did not want Tariq to kill him, you know, but it is what it is. But next thing we have Zeke giving Carrie another round of the good stuff. Seems like she's really, really enjoying herself too. And so what I thought was just going to be like a one-time fling or whatever, you know, they are keeping this thing going and having a good time. And I don't know, I guess I was being a hater before, but hey, you know, sometimes older women do smash younger men. So more power to you, Zeke. I can't get mad at you, bruh. You know, if I was in your position too, I would, if I saw a window of opportunity, okay? You can't be making an ass of yourself. You're making a butt of yourself. Or if a window's there, you can shoot your shot appropriately, and he did, and he won. He switched it, dunked it, whatever. But yeah, they having a good time. I forgot what they was talking about. I don't think they just showed him smashing for nothing, but she was doing something. I don't remember. And then he came over there talking about round 2. But anyway, so we know from prior to this, I was just like, okay, Sex, you're done. You know, you need to resign after all this. And he's in his office packing things up. And that's where Davis comes in and just like, you know, hey, after all of that, you know, Tommy is burnt to a crisp. And, you know, Davis is kind of screwed too. And he's just like, hey, well, hey, man, you know, let me just try to. It's just so funny that Sax is such a weasel. Not everybody knew not to trust him. He double crossed Davis the last episode, but here we have Davis hiring him again. I wonder how much he was getting paid. You know, $300,000, $800,000, $2.3 million. I don't know. How much do y'all think? How much? I don't know. 11 million. I don't know. How much y'all think How much y'all think was written on that paper right there? Anyway, but you know they end up teaming up together, and now Tariq and Tommy, you know, they have their plan. They talk on the phone, and you know all is good. Well, you think it's good, but Tommy was just like, no, you know, I'm still gonna kill your mom. And so they show up at the cemetery. You know, Tasha is looking at the graveyard. I can't remember if it was Ghost or. Most likely it wasn't Ghost. It was most likely the other daughter, which I forgot her. Not Riley. My goodness gracious. I forgot the name of Tasha's daughter that died. What was her name? Oh my goodness. Raina. And I remember right before I hit enter. But, you know, they're at the grave and we see that Tommy is finna pop up and blast Tasha or whatever. And I'm like, what the word is going on? But, you know, Tariq still wants to live on the streets and do what he got to do. And so, you know, he cuts a deal with the FBI saying, okay, we got another tip. Because I guess he just didn't believe that Tommy wasn't going to try to kill his mom. And so smart, because he was right with that assumption. And, you know, that's when the FBI comes and tries to take her away and he's apologizing or whatever. So they drive off. And, you know, Tariq, I mean, you know, Tommy runs over there and hems up Tariq. And Tariq's like, yeah, I know I couldn't trust you. And, you know, they just didn't trust each other. And then Monet comes out of nowhere. And I didn't expect this at all. And it, you know, I knew that Tommy wasn't going to die because he has his own show, but at the same time, that was a nice surprise of Monet stepping up like that. And Tommy was like, "Who in the world has the balls to pull a gun on me?" And she's like, "I don't need balls." You know, I was kind of laughing about that. But Tariq came over to just like, "Look, please don't kill him or whatever." And she doesn't, and they get in the car and drive off, and you know that's the end of that. But yeah, the relationship between Tariq and Tommy is definitely over. He's like, we're never going to see each other again. I'm going to kill your mom. And again, I don't blame him. I just really don't. I mean, he did find out that Tasha wasn't going to rat on him, but you know, she still killed Keisha, which was messed up, you know, and I can go down a whole nother list, but you know, that was it right there, guys. You know, it was I love the episode. Only thing that I'm just not happy with is Tariq killing Jabari. You know, I don't mind Jabari, him dying, even though I didn't necessarily just want him to die, you know, but I was cool with it. But I'm just really, really disappointed that it had to be Tariq. I wish it could have been Cane or somebody else, you know. Other than that, I really did enjoy this season. I really did enjoy this episode. And I'm looking forward to more because out of all of the shows that they announced, the spinoff shows, the Raising Cane one was my least favorite, one I was least interested in. Number 2 was the Power Book 2 Ghost, which we just watched. But the other one that I was most interested in is the Tommy spinoff show. And so I just can imagine that that's going to be so much better than this. But, you know, if it is at least as good, man, you know, we got a lot of high quality entertainment of Power, you know, still to go, you know, and this is only the beginning. You know, so that's what's up right there. So I got to give it to Starz. You know, they had a nice conclusion for the first show, but this is just a nice way to keep it going. You know, and you just don't know what's going to happen around the corner. You don't know who's going to die, and it just again, this show teaches you living this lifestyle. Getting involved in any way, shape, or form can most likely you end up dead or in jail. And I mean, that's just what the show is. But guys, that is just my opinion. What did you think? You know, you can talk all the spoilers down below in the comment section. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to my channel. Please help me reach 30,000 subscribers, and the only way I can do that is with your help. Also, I just want to say Happy New Year, guys. This is the first video of the new year of 2021. 2020 was a stinker. Let's hope that 2021 is much better. But at the very least, let's just be thankful for the things that we do have. Even if you just have your eyeballs, your fingers, and your toes, be happy for that, because everybody don't even have that, you know. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Follow me on social media. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.